this is JilliBling. How are you? Are you ready for a few seashells, a little bit of summertime love? So this is using Seasonofchic bundle. Well, I guess now it's a stamp set and a die set, and it's just really pretty. So this one I tried to get fancy by changing the colors up, but I think that I like it a little bit more monochromatic, like this one here. So this is today's project, and it's using some the paper that when this bundle was originally released, it came with paper, and I have a lot of it. And from what I hear, quite a few of you also have quite a bit of it. But you could use any neutral, soft pastel tone paper, and it would work beautifully. Because the star of this is the seashells, and I had planned on stamping on the inside because the stamp set has this beautiful seashell, great words, little bit like of sand, but my stamp set is being busy in some project box, so I made do with just the dies, and it turned out, I think it turned out just fine. So let's get started on today's project. And I'm using, like I said, the paper is retired, but any paper that you have, I'm using some ribbon that's retired, but any gold or even like a natural color ribbon would work great. Iridescent pearls, distressed gold paper. I love this stuff. Okay, so let's start with the paper base right here. And I cut the paper base to 4 1/4 by 7 3/4, and I scored it at 5 1/2. And I'll have all the paper cut sizes on my blog. And my blog is JilliBling.com. And I just got a new blog, which means I had somebody put it all together, and it's on a different platform. So it looks different, but it has all the same content, including the video, including photos, including paper cut sizes, and links to my store, which is JilliBling.com. But just a little bit different, and all of the buttons, that's one reason that I was looking to get away from my old one, is the buttons, they didn't work, and nobody knew how to help me to get them to work, so I just started all brand new. And yesterday they turned on the button for subscribe now. I think it's called newsletter, and if you subscribe, you can get, whenever I do a blog post, you'll get an email. And it's through a completely different company. So if you subscribe to the old blog, it's not going to have much content going there anymore. Okay, no content going there. So hit the subscribe. Oh, and then another thing is I found when I subscribed to my own blog, I found the confirmation email in my spam folder, which is no fun. Okay, distress gold is going to be this net looking thing. And let me show you these dies. And I have them already done, but I want to show you what they look like. So these two work together. That is the petal pink, and then the sparkly shimmery paper. Sparkly shimmery, petal pink. Then there is this die all by itself, this cute little seashell, and then these are for the words. And the words are right here with this nice little label. Oop, that's popping up there. So the words are from right here, Wonderful Thoughts. And there are dies for every single word. Isn't that amazing? Wonderful Thoughts, Wonderful Thoughts. I love it how they're naming them the same name now. Comes with this cute little flower. But look at all of these. This little one is probably Hi Friend. This long one is probably this long one here. I'd have to lay it over the top to check. But isn't it nice to have every single thing cut out? I'm sure that's things. So we'll be using these, or just the hello today. And of course, the Chic dies, and that's for the seashells. But look on here how there's snowflakes, leaves, flowers, bigger flower, more leaves, Oh, there's more in here. But it's such a good set. Oh, the snowflakes. And here's another snowflake. It's for all seasons. Chic. Season of Chic is the name of the stamp set. Okay, so that's what these are for. In this little frame, which is this frame right here, that comes in the die set. And then that's for the hello. Okay, so all this is magically going to be done, including the distressed gold. I love this paper. Distressed gold. Look at that. It's nice. It looks like a kind of like a net. And then did two of these. One for the inside, one for the outside. Inside, outside. Inside, outside. This cute one. I love this one. So like on one of them, I was trying to get fancy on the inside, where on the outside I did it sparkly white, petal pink. I did it opposite here. And then the same with this seashell. And I just put the pieces into there. And it was kind of a lot of work to do it all something different and try to figure it all out. But I think that I like this, just repeating what's on the front a little better. But you could do whatever you like. There's no wrong when it comes to working with pretty stuff. Perfectly cut out. Little hello. And then these two. So let's make our I'm thinking of what needs to dry. I think this part needs to dry, so let's do that first. Okay, so the card base. Today is a glue type day. This piece, and like I said, I'll put all the paper cut sizes on my blog, including the sizes for all these pieces. So you don't have to figure it out. You just look it up, cut the paper you have, you're ready to roll. I bought so much of this paper because of this pattern right here. I can't believe I'm putting glue on it and turning it upside down. But the seashells are perfect for this project. And kind of that whitewash wood looking stuff. Okay, and I have a little trick for putting on that that last panel. Okay, I'll show you in just a minute. Get these on. Okay. This is going to make sense in a minute. I just put a little 1/4 inch bit of adhesive just to hold that in place. I'll show you about that, why I did that in just a minute. It's like a temporary hold. I'm going to glue this one. I'm on a roll here. Right in the middle. Okay, so to assemble this one is going to go down here. This one is going to bridge the difference. It's going to go right here. But I'm going to put glue on the top of it from, I'm looking at it, this part of the pattern from here, all this part and up. So up here, glue. And then I know it will go here. It'll probably be wider than that, but I'm not sure. So I'm just putting glue right on here and then on there. I'll put that on first. I'm looking at this amount to equal the bottom. And of course having it parallel with the edge of the card. Okay, that looks good. And now to put the bottom piece on, there, that's better. I'll put glue right up here. And then right on here. Just a few little strips. And I know that I'm not getting it. Probably the edge goes like way over to here and over to here. But I'd rather be safe. Okay. Then I'm going to get this little bottom piece lined up with the bottom of the card. Okay, and then close the door. Okay, and it makes a perfect card front. Perfectly square. Okay, so dry. And next is, I'm going to get this piece on. I'm just going to go here a little bit diagonal. And I'm going to put some words. Here, I'll show you a good one and a bad one. I'm going to put the words here, and I'm going to use a pencil to identify where to stamp the words. And yes, it will hang off a little bit, but you could still tell what it says. And once you open it up, you could really tell what it says. But when I put this distress gold kind of netting on, see how this one I'm letting the words show? When I put this one on, I was a little bit disappointed that my words did not fit in this little window. So I was kind of covering it up a little bit, but I think it's better if it's dropped down just a little bit. So that will help in the placement of the distress gold paper die cut piece. So to put this on, I'm thinking when my hand lays it down, it's going to go there. And right here, this area does not want glue because that's where the words are going to be. So I'm putting the glue on, mostly on the edges of this die cut piece. The center will hold itself down if the edges are completely down. And where my fingers are, I will not put glue. And you know, even if you don't get this set down and glued down completely, that's okay because it kind of adds to the texture of the card. So you could just put glue in the middle if you want. And then after you put the shells on and all the other stuff on, it gets held down pretty well. Okay, not where my fingers are, maybe a little bit in the middle. And there it goes. Probably shouldn't have put glue over here, but I'll just let it dry. Okay, that's a good start. I'm going to open it up and just let it sit here and dry. Maybe a few times I'll come back and I'll push it down. As the glue starts to dry, it becomes a little bit more tacky, where right now it's just plain old liquid. Okay, dry. And now let's make some shells. I'm doing one for the outside, one for the inside. And you know, when I was making this card, I thought, oh, more shells, I'm going to put more on, more on. That sounds funny. But with the designer paper print and the shells, it's like, you know, don't really need more. Don't need more than one of each. Okay, so that's starting to dry. Do the other one. Then I'll do the words too. Liquid glue. And you know, I should have used adhesive sheets. But of course, I always think about that as I'm gluing things. It's like, I should have thought about that. But that's okay. Sometimes I think when you use liquid glue, the glue, when it dries, makes the two pieces of cardstock really meld together, and it makes it a little bit stiff, so it seems real substantial. So sometimes I just like using liquid glue, just for that reason. Okay, let's see how this one is sticking down. Okay, and then the words. The little hello, a little bit of glue, and kind of stick it on there. Hello. And another reason I did the background little fancy rectangle was because the front of the card with the distress gold die cut and the ribbon, it was a little bit busy and the shells were getting lost on there. But when I put this on, I thought that gives it something to hold the whole collage together. And it makes some of the shells stand out a little bit more. Okay, let's see. I did good with no glue there. There's a little bit of glue here. Okay, let's do the words on the inside. So I have a pencil. And remember how I put the white paper down with just one little bit of adhesive as a temporary hold? That is just so I can use a pencil to identify where to do the greeting. Right there. And then, because you know I'm not going to mess up, but if I messed up I could still turn the paper over. And I'm going to stamp that in espresso. I stamped it in crumb at first, and that was just a little bit too faint. Espresso looks good. And this is an old stamp set, so any stamp set you have that will fit in the little hole is perfect. And I'm fine with it going over the edge and going over this edge, because you could still tell what it says. And I'm going to let that dry for maybe a minute. I know it's dye-based ink and it dries really fast, but the last thing I would want is to smear it trying to erase the pencil line. Okay, so let's build the outside. That's where that little glue dot went. Adhesive. So I'm going to put the ribbon on, and looking at this card, the ribbon is going to go from here. Ooh, look at it, pull that thing up. That's okay, it's going to be covered with ribbon. I'm just tracing where I think the ribbon is going to go. I just went down, across, and over. Any ribbon you use would be good. Anything you have. Okay, so for this, before I cut the ribbon, I'm going to try laying it on top of here. Then I'll know where to cut. And then just do a little loop with a flip on it. And the same thing here. And it doesn't matter which way your loop goes. That's going to be covered by shells, so it's okay if it's not perfectly straight. So this one, both of my loops, like you could put your finger in them. When I did this one, put your finger in that one, but not in this one. But it still looks good. So no matter how you do your loops, it's fine. That one's a little long. Oh, and if you don't have a good pair of snips, it's a good time to get them. Just because it's always a good time to get them. I just changed from my old pair to this pair. This brand new pair cuts ribbon like a dream. Love it. Okay, so this will go about here on dimensionals. Oops, running out. And I'm not going to push it down really hard yet because I'm not sure about the layout. So on this one, the shell was going straight up and down. This one I had a little bit sideways. Whatever you like is good. Okay, then the words. Put it right there. So maybe a mini dimensional and a big dimensional. Big dimensional and a mini at the bottom. Just like that. And now the two other shells. This one is kind of empty over here, but those are similar. I don't know. Oh, but that one makes it show. Okay, just like that. So this is all going to go on with liquid glue. This piece is too small for dimensionals anyhow, even if I wanted it on dimensionals. Okay, just let that start to set the glue, and then I'll put it down permanently. Okay, and then a few pearls. On the samples I used regular pearls because I have a million of them. But this one I'll use iridescent pearls. So I'll do a big one right there and two little ones. And you know, I know they kind of get lost in all this collage, but if you were to receive this card, you would see the shells, you'd see the greeting, but then when you start to look at it, the distressed gold, the ribbon, ooh, there is a little sparkle there. It's just all those little understated things that makes our cards so nice. Okay, I think the front is done. Let's work on the inside, which is not hard at all. It's just attaching these three shells and erasing. That should be dry enough. Tony's home, but I'm almost done. There's one of these I like the inside. I like this one. So I'm going to do that. Maybe I could finish before he comes in, because you know he's always loud. He's just loud. One shell. Oh, I didn't attach this yet. Inside. And two shells. The race is on. Hurry up. Finish before he gets here. He's going to come in and he's going to say, "Lovey, what are you doing home?" Okay, I'm almost done. I think winner, winner, chicken dinner. I think I got done before he got here. Okay, that's it for today's card. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks.